Hello everyone, my name is Void Doctor and welcome back to another episode on the InfinityCraft server. And today we're starting out this episode on the lovely docks that we constructed last episode, and I have plans for this area. Not just the docks. Yes, I have plans for the docks, obviously. I think you know what those plans are based on last season, but I also have plans for the ocean itself. Now that will come later in the episode. But before we do that, I have some very exciting news. I've been just brainstorming names for this town for a while now, this city actually. It's rapidly expanding, so it's becoming more of a city than a town. It's episode, 9, and I'm already calling the base a city. That was kind of concerning, but okay. Yeah, but I've just been kind of brainstorming names, reading books, looking through just sort of different fantasy worlds at what cool names we could have, and I've pretty much just come up with kind of a hodgepodge of different names that I think is pretty cool. And that is Horeesia. So spelled like this. Spelled like that. And I just think it sounds kind of cool, kind of sounds like it's something from the desert. I don't know why, but rip. But yeah, it just sounds like something from that kind of belongs here. Yeah, it just sounds like something from a fantasy world. And if something is or someone is from Horeesia, they're Horeesi, so kind of like that. And the people of Horeesia are. So, the general people of Horeesia, so, the citizens, are the Chariots. So, yeah, I just think it kind of, having some sort of backstory behind everything you're building can, especially if you're like me and you really like stories, can kind of guide what you want to build. And it can really help you build better things if you kind of know the general storyline behind everything you're building. Now, back to the harbor. What I want to do is just, the first project I want to work on in this video is... I just want to build some boats. I just want to build some boats here. I will probably extend the harbor out a little bit this way since there are only a few docks here. So yeah, I'll probably extend the harbor out a little bit that way. But then yeah, let's just build some boats. It's a little bit of a change from just building buildings. So yeah, pretty excited for this. And let's just dive right in since this episode has a lot of stuff I want to do. Did you get the joke? Did you get the joke? Let's just dive right in. And I dove into the... Okay, yeah, never mind. But yeah, I'll see you in a little bit after I watch 10 or 15 flip videos for 3 hours just trying to figure out how to actually build boats. Alright, so I've extended the docks out, obviously, and I've constructed this boat here. This is a pretty simple little transport boat. I don't really know, but it looks like it could travel up rivers and things since it's so narrow. And I also really like the mast design here where it comes forward and down. So yeah, really happy with how this boat's turned out. So I'm going to go work on some other ones. These are really fun to build, specifically this kind that's not very large, because I think we're going to save the larger ships for later episodes. But this one's really easy because, it's just pretty small and pretty simple. This is going to be really cool. This is probably going to be one of my favorite ships in the harbor, just because of its shape. Its shape is so unique. It's got this kind of big back end right here, and then it gets a little bit. Ooh, that always looks really cool. Those kind of elaborate designs. How does that look? Yeah, I like that. And then it kind of sticks out right there, and then we'll just have a big sail right there. So it kind of, let's see, what can we do here? How does that look? Yep. My goal is just to kind of get everything to slowly kind of go up, but not super quick, but not yeah, not just have it be super flat, unless it's meant to be a really flat looking ship, like that one over there, which I did switch out some of the wood colors to make it a bit more interesting. It's supposed to be kind of flat looking. This one, not so much. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm going to add a few other little fishing boats and obviously finish this one, and then we'll be done and work on other projects. But yeah, these boats are just looking really cool so far. Okay, I think this boat came together really nicely, and I'm just going to do the rest of them off camera because this episode, again, has a lot of stuff we need to get done. And here we are, folks. So I am super happy with how the rest of these ships have come together. I think this one specifically, this little fishing boat or something, I don't really know what it would be, is just super cool looking. I think the sail looks cool, and then it has this little control cabin so that you can kind of get in here and sort of it's a bit more covered, which I think looks cool. And this one, I also made this little canoe so you can actually get in it, which I think is kind of a cool little addition. And then this one is just kind of a just a really big ship. I know I said I was just going to do a few more fishing boats, but this was originally a small fishing boat, but then I put this sail on it, and I'm like, you know what, no, we're going to do a much larger ship. So yeah, it's like kind of a caravel, except it's a little bit just kind of short. So yeah, I think it still looks cool though. I think this is a pretty cool looking ship, and yeah, I just think now that we have all these boats in the harbor, the whole harbor area definitely feels a lot more lively, and like again, there's some people here. So yeah, definitely a very cool addition. Also, can someone please tell me if this is actually possible to even make? Like, I don't think this sail is possible, but it just looks cool. Yeah, but I don't really think this sail is physically possible just due to physics or something, I don't know. However, the next thing I'd like to start working on also involves the ocean. And that is, remember how a few episodes ago I said that I wanted to expand the city out onto like a custom-made island? Well, expanding the city, yes. Making more regular buildings, no. I want to make a massive fortress island, a little ways off the coast here, and just have it be like a massive like city defense area. So what I want to do next, we might begin construction on the fortress this episode, but what I really want to do is get working on creating the island. So I think I'm going to go do a ton of stone mining, because I did some calculations and this is going to require a ridiculous quantity of stone, and then we'll start building an island. And keep in mind, we're probably not going to finish the island. I'll probably do that off camera, but we will probably start at least laying out like some foundations for the fortress today. But since making the island is going to be an extremely tedious process, probably won't do it this episode. Or not making the island, but making specifically the underwater part of the island. We'll probably start on that. We probably won't finish it because, yeah, I tried this in a single player survival world just to see if it was even really feasible with my current like level of technology. It barely is. It's very difficult to get this even like manageable to build. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a fun time lapse for me to create, but you know, it is what it is. I should probably empty out from my inventory. I have a bunch of stuff in there. Oh, and also I finally made a shield, and I actually think this shield with like the lower resolution texture actually looks way cooler than the regular banners. I don't know why. I think the lower res texture just looks kind of neat. Alright, I've gotten all my materials ready in these shulker boxes right here, and I'm ready to build an island. So, enjoy the time lapse. Okay, folks. So, our coincidentally heart-shaped island is finally complete. And I just think this whole place, even with these weird little stones on the outside, just feels so... I don't know, it just feels really realistic. Like, a lot of Minecraft's coastal terrain definitely doesn't feel as realistic, or at least in places where it should be more steep. Like right here, this island, it kind of just feels like a giant rock sticking out of the ocean, which is kind of what I wanted it to look like. So yeah, I just think this whole place came together really nicely. And to fix this weird kind of like bay right here, I'm probably just gonna put some sort of port right here, or just like some docks, and maybe a ship kind of at dock on the docks. That just seems like a good idea, to just sort of have another ship right here. It'll also kind of put the fort to scale here. But now it's finally time to just lay out some general outlines for the fort. You know, it's not going to be enormous because that island isn't enormous, but it should be pretty large because obviously I want it to be an impressive size. I have no clue what happened there, but yeah, I want it to be a somewhat impressive size. So yeah, this should be pretty cool looking in the end. Okay, folks, so I've laid out this very simple foundation here. This is going to be like a tower right here. This is going to be like a large courtyard in this sort of center area here, so it's not going to have a roof on it or anything. And then you have a bunch of rooms, probably all at different heights, so that soldiers can like stand on the rooftops and things and fire down. Probably gonna have a couple towers. This one's gonna be like a standalone tower, and a couple buildings will probably just have little towers coming out of the corners of them and things. So yeah, I think this whole area looks really cool. I think this is gonna look just awesome once we start working on it next episode. Hopefully, we might even, I don't know, we might finish it. It'll be super expensive, so I don't know if we'll finish it, but we'll definitely start working on it next episode. And you can just imagine how prominent this fortress is gonna look on its own island in the middle of the ocean out here, with nothing but, you know, nothing but the land, the ocean, and a little bit of the land in front of it. And actually, if you're standing here, it's really just ocean in front of it. So you really only see this massive fortress behind this, I guess, behind this big boat right here. But if you're right here, man, that's going to be an awesome view of this place. That's going to look so cool. And with like ships and things, oh my gosh, this is going to look awesome. Okay, I'm already super excited to work on this. Okay, this is going to be cool, but the next thing I'd like to work on is obviously expanding the little agricultural settlement that we worked on last episode. I want to make that a bit bigger, a bit more like a settlement and less like one building in a farm. So yeah, and probably also plant some other farms, because I recently learned that wheat does grow in the desert. It's just like a certain type of wheat. So yeah, we can actually plant like wheat fields and stuff out there, which should be pretty cool. So yeah, let's go work. Let's go do some agricultural work out on the agricultural settlement, and building it in agricultural, whatever. Let's go get to work on the agricultural settlement. Okay, so interesting development. I attempted to sell Fake Blossom this Dorito right here. I don't know if that's how you spell Dorito, but I honestly don't eat Doritos like ever, so I don't really know. And she refused. So in retaliation, I am going to launch a massive conquest into her base to attempt to kill her with this Dorito. Because as you can see, or as we all know, Doritos do quite a bit of damage. So I'm going to attempt to get a crazy kill on Fake Blossom using a Dorito. This should go very well, considering that, yeah, she's very good at combat. So yeah, this should go well. This should go very well. It was at this very moment that it set into my brain that this conflict was going to be fatal for one major reason. Fake Blossom has the dragon egg, which on this server specifically is the most powerful item in the entire game, because it doubles the wielder's health so long as it's in their offhand. So used in conjunction with a good sword and a good set of armor, it pretty much means you take 3 times as long to kill. It is the most powerful item on the server, and it's in Fake Blossom's possession. Well, conveniently, Fake Blossom just logged off the server as if she knew I was coming to invade her, which she didn't. So, I don't even know how that managed to happen, but this is Fake Blossom's base, and it's soon to be a battleground. Remember, this isn't going to be a full-on war, hopefully, so I'm not really bringing in anything to do any damage. If it was a full-on actual conflict, I would probably have brought TNT and flint and steel and things to potentially raise the stakes of the conflict a bit. But no, I'm not hoping to damage any property. I'm hoping for this to kind of be a surprise attack where I kind of go into the rafters or something and plant the Dorito and try and at least deal damage with it. And then she'll probably find me and realize that I've been doing a little tomfoolery. So yeah, this should go real well. I don't think this is going to end up in me dead. No, I should probably set my spawn point in the village over there. Gosh darn it, it would have been so funny to burn that place to the ground. Because she already has villagers, so it's not like it's really doing anything. And I love blowing things up and burning things. I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. Oh my gosh, I just realized this death message is going to be hilarious if it says she was killed by Dorito. I mean, honestly, if I can't kill her with the pointed dripstone, if I just can't get to a point where I can kill her with the pointed dripstone, I might just hit her to death with it. So it says she was killed by Dorito. Also, the reason I was walking away from that village is not because I was burning it, unfortunately. It's because I was setting my spawn point. Oh my gosh, she just got on the server. She just got on the server. Shoot, I don't even know what I'm whispering. Come on, Dorito kill! Dorito kill! No, break the Dorito! I don't have an axe! I don't have my axe on me because I was getting up for combat. Shoot. Let's break the Dorito, Oh my gosh, there's not even gonna be named Dorito. Oh my gosh. Go! Come on. I want to get the death message that she was killed by Dorito. Come on! Come on! Dorito, no! Did she seriously just combat log? I was trying to kill her with a Dorito. It's a Dorito. You know what? I'm gonna kill myself with the Dorito then. You know, we're gonna. If I can't get a Dorito kill on her, we're gonna kill ourselves with the Dorito. This might take a bit. I just impaled myself on a Dorito. I just impaled myself on the Dorito, and then I hear a pickup, like an item pickup noise, and she picked up my Dorito, and I misspelled Dorito, and then now she has my Dorito. Villager still on breed. Maybe glass. I don't want to lose my sword. Goodbye. It's like a signature thing on this server, okay? No, I'm being killed by my own Dorito. No, she's trying to kill me with my own Dorito. You know what? No. We're going in. We're going CIA style. I came here to sell you a Dorito. And as we do on the InfinityCraft server, after brutally murdering someone, we go back and we give them back their stuff. And since I'm getting cleric villagers today anyway for a different project that I'm working on in the future, we give them bottles of XP. So yeah, gonna go do that stuff. Okay, so I'm back down at the farming village after that disastrous attack that pretty much ended in me dying from my own, okay, basically me trying to kill myself with my own Dorito and succeeding, and then killing Fake Blossom. And yeah, that was very chaotic. It wasn't disastrous, it was just chaotic, and I didn't really get to do what I wanted to do. So I'm still waiting on that Dorito kill Fake Blossom. Anyway, so what I want to do now is just plant a few more fields, preferably of wheat. I forgot dirt, but yeah, I want to plant a couple wheat fields down here, kind of like not super full wheat fields, like not all not fully dirt, but like kind of just like a small wheat, kind of just sparse, not sparse, but like, you know, not fully covered in dirt, because that just wouldn't make too much sense. And then yeah, I will probably section it off with a little wall here, and then we'll get working on building just a few more buildings down here, because I don't want this to just feel like one farm, you know. I want this to feel like kind of a farming community. There's some people who just came down here to start their own farms away from the main city, because the land is just more arable down here, because they're closer to a fresh water source. They're right on the banks of a fresh water source, actually, whereas these people kind of rely on them for food. You know, maybe this is even like a big empire and that's just one of their smaller cities or something like that. So yeah, I don't really know, but yeah, it just kind of adds to the lore of the world as well to have a cool little farming village down there. So yeah, I'm gonna get working on that. Also, don't ask why my head is down here. Two versions of it actually, because yeah, I recently made a change to my skin where the hair is different. So yeah, I like it, but don't ask why they're there with different shapes on the head. Okay, so this is kind of what I meant by not having it be entirely 100% dirt. Having some sand mixed in just makes it feel a bit more like a desert. So now we're going to convert... Whoops. So now we're going to convert all of this into farmland and plant some crops here. And it's just meant to be a smaller field. This was really... The sugarcane was kind of a really big project, just in terms of irrigating all of it and stuff. So I prefer to keep this one pretty small. And obviously you don't have to irrigate this nearly as much as you do sugarcane, so yeah, it's a little bit less intense to grow regular crops rather than growing sugarcane, which is sugarcane is just kind of a weird crop in general. So yeah, it was kind of a strange decision to start out this farming community with a sugarcane plantation. Okay, so I got a little barrier set up here, and then just gonna start planting these crops. I'll probably I will probably try to vary the crops a little bit in the future, but this is just kind of seeing if I like how wheat looks out here. I mean, I can always change out the wheat texture for something else. If I want it to be like a grain or barley or something, I could literally just design a texture myself. That's a little bit ambitious, but yeah, it doesn't have to be this exact texture. I just want to see if one of the shorter crops even looks good out here, or if it's just too small to even really see it growing. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna grab some bone meal and grow a few of these. Don't I already have bone meal on me? I don't think so, but yeah, I'm just gonna grab some bone meal and grow a few of these and see if I like how wheat looks out here. We're obviously not gonna take down the farm, because I still want to have wheat out here because it just makes sense. But I would like to see if it actually looks good, or if we should scrap the idea of having this be a bigger farming community and just really stick to sugar cane. Okay, I am really happy with how this field has come together, and I'm so happy with it that I think I'm going to make another one. I am just really on a roll with these fields right now, and I'm super excited for this farming community. So I think I'm going to make another field out here, probably extend it out to right about here, just another wheat field, because the wheat looks so good. I just think the wheat looks so... I don't know, especially the not the fully grown, but the one right before that. It looks a little bit more like it belongs here. Is that the stage? Which stage is it? Like that one? It just looks a little bit more kind of deserty. I don't know, because yeah, it just looks a little bit more appropriate here. I don't really know why, but it just kind of does. So yeah, really happy with how this field has come together, and I'm gonna build another one because I am crazy. Okay, so I just finished planting this other field here, and I just think this whole sort of concept of having the walls in between the fields, it just feels so, it feels like kind of like the desert version of hedgerows, which is really cool. Like, I like hedgerows. I just think they're kind of pretty aesthetic. So having the desert version of them just being like these kind of low walls looks really cool, and it also is functional. So yeah, very happy with how these two wheat fields have come together. They're slowly growing up to be fully adult fields, and I don't think we're ever going to harvest them. I think they're just going to be nice, pretty, and kind of give this whole place a pop of color, or kind of color. It's kind of the same color as the sand, but it's still something different to look at other than just the large swaths of sand color. Now, the next thing I want to do is start working on some buildings. This is probably going to be just a few buildings because we are running out of time in this episode, but I do want to do a tad bit more building. So I got this shulker box here. It doesn't have a ton of supplies in it, but it should be enough to just kind of build up a few buildings back here. You know, just kind of connect them with this road right here, and then we'll go from there and probably actually wrap up the episode after that. So, yep, just gonna build these buildings, and actually, I think we'll do this in the form of a time lapse. Also, nice voice crack, me. Okay, folks, I hope you all enjoyed that time lapse as much as I enjoyed creating it. And I'm really happy with how these buildings have come together. I think they just really add a lot more sort of density to this town and just make it feel a lot more complete. However, I think this is definitely where we are going to leave off today's episode. So, I'm actually super happy with what we've managed to achieve today. We've managed to obviously expand this farming settlement, add some nice boats to the harbor, and start work on the fortress island. So, as always, my name has been Void Doctor. Please like, subscribe, and share if you did enjoy the episode and feel inclined to do so. And I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye for now.